President Ruto has said yeye anajua vile atajipanga 2027. Amambia watu ati nyinyi msijali kuhusu yeye. Anajua vile atajipanga hiyo mtihani ya 2027 apite. He knows how he's going to win the 2027 election. You see? So kama wanakuwa wanadhani ati sijui Ruto sijui 2027 ati mmeshamalizana na yeye na nini na nini, amewaambia yeye anajua vile amejipanga. Anyway, if you are new to this platform and you are coming here for the first time, my name is the African Updater, and what we do here, we just analyze politics in the most sober way possible. So kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys, man. You are the one who is making this channel grow. For the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. So back to my video. So President Ruto has said that yeye 2027 ana wasiwasi kabisa. Amejipanga vile yeye ujipanga. Unajua our president anakuwa mtu wa kujipanga, anajipanga namna hii na mambo inakaa namna hii. So anajua amejipanga. So amwambia he was in Bomet na akaambia watu wa Bomet, nyinyi msijali. Hiyo mtihani ya 2027 amejipanga na anajua kuna scorecard. Anajua vitu zenye amefanya, watu 2027 watampigia kura bila wasiwasi yoyote. So I just want you to to watch this video, and then later I'll come back and we look at all the process. Njia gani Ruto atapitia ashinde 2027. We want to look at all the possible ways in which Ruto anaweza shinda 2027 election. Those are the things we are going to look at. So kindly watch this video, na kama kawaida I'll be back.
Mimi ninajua ya kwamba nimepatiwa kazi na wananchi wa taifa la Kenya. Na hiyo kazi nimepatiwa, najua mtihani ni 2027. Na hiyo mtihani ya 2027 sipangi kuanguka hiyo mtihani. Hiyo mtihani ya 2027 mimi najua vile nitapita hiyo mtihani. Kwa sababu mlianiambia nirekebishe kilimo. Na hiyo kilimo nimerekebisha. Chai inalipa beta, kahawa inalipa beta, fertilizer nimeteremsha chini, maziwa inalipa beta. Sio ndio mtihani? Mliniambia niunganishe stima. In 5 years tutakuwa tumeunganisha 1.2 million people. Mliniambia nirekebishe elimu. Elimu nimenyorosha CBC, nimeajiri walimu 76,000, niko na funding model mpya ambaye imeokoa ma university karibu 23 ilikuwa imecollapse. Hiyo program inaendelea mzuri. Tulikubaliana na nyinyi mambo ya kupanga ajira ya vijana. Hiyo ajira inasonga pale kwa affordable housing, inasonga kwa mambo ya market, inasonga kwa mambo ya digital jobs, inasonga kwa mambo ya export of labor. Mimi niko na scorecard ambaye itadhihirisha wazi ya kwamba hiyo kazi ya kupanga ajira ya vijana nimetekeleza.
You can hear the president say yeah 2027 ana wasiwasi, na anambia anashua watu wa Rift Valley, watu wake wasikuwe na wasiwasi. But you can see even that pastor huko nyuma kuna vile alikuwa ameshtuka, na people are reacting. You can see the reaction. There are those who are cheering, there are those who are like kind of you get? So I just want us to look at all the possibilities. Njia gani Ruto anaweza tumia, ama which ways Ruto atatumia kushinda 2027 election, na atapenyea wapi? You getting me? So number 1, Ruto has mentioned about his scorecard that he has delivered. If you watch the full clip utasikia he has delivered on agriculture, he has delivered on so many things alikuwa na mention. He's mentioning a lot of things that he feels like by 2027 he will have achieved, na watu watamvotia based on his track record. I'm sorry to say, Mr. President, that one things don't work like that in Kenya. People don't vote for you. In Kenya, people don't go to the ballot to vote for you basically because you have delivered or because you've done something. And if you want to think I'm lying, look at what Kibaki did before 2027, before 2007 election. Kibaki had achieved a lot of milestones, but Kenyans still voted him out simply because they felt like he failed in the referendum of 2005. People still voted Kibaki out. He had to find his way and rig the election for him to come into power again in 2027, in 2007. So scorecard doesn't matter. Even if when it comes to scorecard, Uhuru achieved a lot of things in his second term in power. But look at what people told the people attacked him. What walikuwa wanamwambia tukuli barabara, walikuwa wanamwambia all sorts of things. So your scorecard will not guarantee you to be elected in 2027. No one will look at your scorecard. That's the reality. Politics in Kenya, if people take politics to the heart, and Kenya is so tribal, and Kenyans, like, wakishaeka kitu kwa roho that they don't like you, they don't like you. Hata ukikuja ujenge kila mtu nyumba, uweke maji, utenge kila mtu barabara ingie kwake, they will still not like you. In Kenya, perception is everything. Once people have a negative perception about you, trust you me, 90%, you are done 90%. You're down 90%. And for you to turn that is for you to turn the perception. Is what you Ruto needs to work on is the perception that Kenyans have about him. That is what he needs to change. That people no longer start seeing him as someone who lies, someone who does. Because even if he will deliver, even if he will do all those things, even if he will keep on reminding us, oh, sijui dollar ilikuwa ngapi time gani, oh, sijui bei ya mafuta ilikuwa ngapi per liter, hizi ni ngapi, people will not care about those things. People will not care about those things. People will still see them as lies. People will still see them like, no, wewe si mtu mzuri. And to crown it all, your leadership, because there are some things Kenyans cannot overlook. Kenyans cannot overlook the people that were killed during the Gen Z protest. People cannot overlook the abductions and everything. People cannot overlook things like what happened with Butere girls and everything. Kenyans are not going to overlook those things. Another reason the president needs to understand is that the voters that will vote in 2027 are different set of voters this country has ever seen. These are people who are yearning for change. The people who voted in 2027, the Kenyans who voted in 2022 are very different from Kenyans who are going to vote in 2027. Why? Because Kenyans have been woken up. Even the old ones wameamshwa from their slumber. Even those ones who are very old, who used to follow, oh, sijui tribe, you can see even the old people right now are coming out to speak their mind, to speak truth through power. So the kind of people who are going to go to the ballot on 2027, trust you me, are going to be a different set of voters. So Ruto shouldn't just think that simply because Kenyans, at the back of his mind, anajua that Kenyans are just Kenyans, they will always do the same way they do. Atashtuka vibaya sana. So kama anafikiria that is going ataenda kupita vile alipita 2022 by trying to radicalize people and trying to sijui hustlers versus dynasties and everything, it's not going to work. If he thinks that he's going to sell the tribal card that, oh, this community versus this community, it's not going to work. Because the Mount Kenya people have realized that the card that was used in 2007, that 42 against 1, is now being used. They want to use it in 2027. They want to isolate one community so that everyone else can vote in the guise of punishing that one community. But they have decided this time they are not going to have a candidate on the ballot. The Mount Kenya people are not going to have a candidate on the ballot. So this time they are not going to, there's no going, hakuna hiyo kitu at 42 against 1. They are also going to join that side that they feel like it's going to win. So trust you me, in 2027 it's going to be the whole country against the system, which is now against the president. It will be the president on the ballot against the president and the system on the ballot against the whole country on the other side. That is going to be a very different election in 2027. The election that Kenyans are going to experience in 2027 will be an election that Kenyans have never experienced before. Even these people that you are saying that they're saying that Kumi beat a break, that Kumi, look at them, they're always very few. The kind of voters we are going to have in 2027 are going to be a different set of voters. So when it comes to the scorecard and everything, I don't think it's going to. People are not going to look at the scorecard anymore. And then there's this issue of okay, perception, there's this perception that election are always rigged and everything, and now the president anajipanga through the IBC, because as is vile wewe inasemekana that at the end of the day it doesn't matter who votes, but who counts the vote matters the most. So anaweza kuwa pengine anajipanga through the IBC and everything. So another question is, will that go through? I really don't think that 2027 that will go through, because as I've told you that we have a very vigilant generation that is going to take election very serious. And since they have always seen these trends over the years, they are going to protect their votes, and these people are going to come out in large numbers to make sure that they protect their votes and that hakuna story na rigging itakuwa. Trust you me, any IBC official who will be found like is rigging an election will have it very rough. Even those panel, the commissioners who are busy now trying to commit to go for that position and everything. If anyone will try to mess with the 2027 election, my friend, it's not going to be easy. Because I feel like people are going to come out to protect their votes, and people are going to come out if people are going to feel like the election is being rigged or has been rigged. Hakuna mtu atakaa tulie. People are going to come out, demonstrations will be there, people are going to protest. And this time is going to be very different, because I don't feel like there's any war of tribe. There'll be any tribal war in the election. You know, past election umekuwa na tribal wars, this community fighting against this community, nini. But in 2027 I think it's going to be very different. If at all there's going to be any form of demonstration, then it will be people against the system. Because if there's anyone who will try to rig the election and everything, it is the system. And people are going to fight the system. People are going to protest against the system. That is where the challenge is going to be. So I don't think that even in 2027, if someone really thinks that they can do anything to overcome this election through backdoor, I don't think it's going to work. That because people are very vigilant, and people are very vigilant all the way, because wanasema like the president the parliament has been held captive. Don't mind about the parliament, because by the time to Africa 2027, this parliament will have disintegrated. These members of parliament mostly here will be fighting for their life. They will have no time to protect and to support the president. Hatakuwa na hiyo time. Everyone will be busy in their constituency trying to see if he can secure another term. So the president will be alone. The president will be fighting it all alone. In fact, the president will be desperate in terms of looking for people who can support him. Because most of these members of parliament that you see now are singing his praises left, right and center will have abandoned him by the time tunafika 2026. Kila mtu atakuwa anaangalia kwake, anaangalia hapa, if I don't do something I will lose this seat. So kila mtu atakuwa kwa ground looking for a ways in which he can secure another term. So it's going to be tricky for him, but I don't know what you think. What do you think, my people? What do you think? You can say it in the comment section. Wewe unafikiria president atapenya wapi? Because when it comes to even the matter of tribe, I don't think like vile wase vote in the ile block tribe. I don't think there's any community that president is really looking at the way he did in 2022. Like he really banked on Mount Kenya and they voted for him in big numbers. In 2027, I don't see any other community that is really rallying behind the president. You see, so that is the tricky part. So you tell me in the comment section, what do you think? What do you think? Unadhani president atapenya wapi? Atapitia wapi? Do it in the comment section, but as I always say, try to remain as objective and respectful as possible. Usitukane watu kwa comment section. I really don't like that. Don't insult anyone. Even if you disagree with me, it is okay to disagree. It is okay to say that, hey, African Updater, I don't agree with what you're saying, but this is my thoughts. Just share your thoughts in the more respectful way. There are some people who are doing that, and we really encourage that. We just want to make sure that we encourage the kind of politics whereby people don't take it too personal na msifanye politics inakuwa like it's very toxic. Let's create an environment, and this is the reason why I started this platform, to create a space whereby people can engage in a more civilized and mature way, and people can discuss issues. Because in politics, one thing will always stand out: people will never agree. Hakuna siku yenye sisi wote tutayo agree on one thing. People will always have varied opinion, and if you understand that, it's good to respect people's opinion and you let them share the way they feel. but as long as you don't insult people, because insulting people it brings a lot of animosity, and that is where now people start feeling like, I need to attack so and so, I need to meet so and so nimpige, I need to do so and so. No, don't do that. Do clean politics. If you disagree with someone, say, I disagree with you, but I disagree with you on this basis. Anyway guys, but if you also want to support this platform, my number is always there manze, unaweza nirushia kakitu, because as I told you, I'm trying to expand this space. So anything you unarusha hapa inaenda mahali, we keep it somewhere until that day when we'll have enough to expand this space, so that we can have a lot of people. We can create a bigger platform for people to come and discuss national issues. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.
The African